Oh, guys. Yeah, I go to. Okay, okay. Okay. I don't
In this short lesson, we'll go over the basics of landing a light aircraft. You want to fly this mission a few times. It takes practice to make a perfect approach and landing. We're flying the Icon A5 just south of Kona International. The runway here is huge, so it's hard to miss. It's actually built over a lava field. Okay, there are 3 keys to landing an airplane. Speed, speed, and you guessed it, speed. My instructor always told me, you've got to slow down to go down. You have the airplane. Go ahead and pull the throttle back to 45%, or about 3,800 RPM. Good. Let's lower the landing gear now as well. You see how the nose drops? Lift the nose up just enough for a shallow descent, and we'll start slowing down. Let me show you something. I'll handle the throttle for this part of the lesson. You just concentrate on flying the airplane. Since speed is the key to a good landing, pay close attention to our airspeed. We want to descend toward the runway at about 55 knots in this aircraft. So rather than using the throttle to adjust our speed, raise the nose to slow down or lower the nose to speed up. It might sound strange, but it'll really help you nail the landing. Go ahead and try it. We're a little fast, so raise the nose to slow down. Good job, we're right on speed. Okay, now that we're at 55 knots, make slight adjustments to maintain this airspeed. Okay, good job so far. You have control of the throttle again. Now's a good time to trim. This will relieve the pressure you've got in the elevator controls. You should be able to fly final approach hands off. You see the lights on the left side of the runway? Those are called the PAPI lights. They let you know if you're on the glide slope to the runway. All red lights mean you're too low, and all white lights mean you're too high. If you see 2 white and 2 red, you're right on the glide slope. Not all airports have these lights, however. Some airports use a very similar system called the BASI. Right now it shows 3 red lights and 1 white, so we're just a little low for the approach. To adjust how high or low we are, use the throttle. Since we're a little low, go ahead and give it a touch of throttle. We're looking for 2 white and 2 red lights. We're right where we need to be. Great job.
Okay.
Remember to put the throttle back after making adjustments.
Oh, okay.
Okay, getting close. Try and make only minor adjustments. We're a little fast and also a little high. Pull back the throttle a bit.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, good.
Now that we're over the runway, pull the power back to idle. And hold the nose up so the aircraft just settles onto the runway.
Okay.
Nice landing. Now gently brake until we've slowed down to about 10 knots. Great job. That was a beautiful approach and landing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Hey, there you are. You interested in getting checked out for the RV-6? I need a ride to my brother's place. I figured I could show you how to fly the RV-6 on the way there, and if you don't kill us, you can fly it back. Let me show you this beauty. These RVs are something. They're fast, fuel efficient, aerobatic, not to mention pretty. The RV-6 is a completely different animal from the Icon A5. The RV-6 isn't hard to fly, but it is fast. So you'll need to keep your head out in front. Believe it or not, I built this baby myself. Don't let the idea of a kit or a home-built aircraft scare you. The RV is the best-selling kit in the world with over 7,000 flying. Well, let's get a move on. Hop on in. I'll get her started. Checklist is pretty simple. Throttle open, 1/8 of an inch. Prop high RPM. Master switch, on. Flaps, up. Fuel pump, on. Mixture is full rich. Clear prop.
Thanks.
Oil pressure good. She purrs like a kitten, doesn't she? Alternator, on. Radios, on. Lights, on. Okay, you have the flight controls. Taxi over to runway 03. Give it a little throttle and let's go. All right, let's stop here. Let me perform the before takeoff checklist. Canopy closed, fuel pump on, flight instruments set. Mixture is full rich. Elevator trim set. Oil pressure and engine temps good. Runway looks clear. Let's go. Line up with the runway and push that throttle to full. Lift the nose at 55 knots and hold it there until she flies. And we're airborne. Alright, let's climb out to 1,000 feet at 110 knots. Then you can get a feel for the aircraft. Yeah, she climbs out nice, doesn't she? Good power to weight ratio. Continue climbing to 1,000 feet and then level up. Okay, this is good. Go ahead and level out here. Turn to a heading of 340 and let's head out over Hilo Bay. Go ahead and fly north along the coast. I want to show you a really cool spot I found.
Thanks.
The RV is quite a performer compared to what you've flown so far. Flies faster, turns harder, it'll even fly upside down. While we fly along the coast, go ahead and see what the plane can do. If you're up for it, try pulling some high G turns, aerobatics, or maybe a stall. Aerobatics are no problem for this aircraft. Just be sure to stay under 6 Gs. Hey, we're in a stall. Let the nose drop and add full throttle. Nice recovery.
Okay.
Now that's a high G turn. Check the G meter to see what we pulled.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Try flying low along the cliffs. It's a blast. Continue along the coast. It's just a couple more miles to the spot I want to show you.
Thanks.
There, see that small town? That's Onamu. close to that spot I mentioned.
Okay.
Here. Pretty wide and deep. Big enough to fly through. Move a little further away from the shore. We'll make a turn into the ravine any minute now.
Okay.
Okay, turn to line up with the mouth of that ravine ahead.
Okay.
Yep, that is a bridge. Just fly under it. Seriously, I've done it 100 times.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh! Oh, gosh. That's fine.
Yep, that is a bridge. Just fly under it. Seriously, I've done it 100 times.
Oh, dang it. Good thing.
Here's a challenge for you. Try and stay in the ravine. Make a gentle left turn. Hard left next. Good.
Oh! Good. Thanks. Okay.
Yep, that is a bridge. Just fly under it. Seriously, I've done it 100 times. All right. Here's a challenge for you. Try and stay in the ravine. Make a gentle left turn. Hard left next. Good. Now to the right. To the left. Straight for a little while. Gentle turn to the right. The stream splits ahead. Take the left route. It gets too narrow beyond this point. Go ahead and pull up. Still going. You're one break.
Oh! Good. Oh, gosh. That's again. Thanks.
Yep, that is a bridge. Just fly under it. Seriously, I've done it 100 times. All right. Here's a challenge for you. Try and stay in the ravine. Make a gentle left turn. Hard left next. Good. Now to the right. Left. Straight for a little while.
Okay.
Gentle turn to the right. The stream splits ahead. Take the left route. It gets too narrow beyond this point. Go ahead and pull up.
Okay. Okay.
Still going? You're one brave soul. Nice flying. That'll get your blood moving.
Okay.
Let's head toward my brother's place and I'll walk you through a landing. He lives near a private strip called Honaka. Let's go ahead and have fun
Oh.
with the plane. Just get me there alive, okay?
Thanks. I can't see. Yeah.
I know that Malia can be tough sometimes on new students, but she's good people. She's sure been good to me, even when she probably shouldn't have. When I first moved here, I had nothing. She gave me a shot, and boy do I appreciate it. Those Stearmans back in the hangar and this RV are my babies. I love them, even when they're spitting oil at me.
Okay. Thanks, man. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
We're getting close. To line up with the Honeka'a airstrip, you're going to want to fly to the northern tip of the town. These RVs are slick airplanes, so you have to think about slowing down early. You want to be going 75 knots for the approach, so start gradually slowing down now. Pull the power to 10% or 1200 RPM and let some speed bleed off. And we're over the town. The runway is at a heading of 265. This runway is small, hard to see. You got yourself a challenging landing today. Let's lower the flaps. Flaps help us slow down for landing. Hold the flap switch until they're all the way down.
Okay. I think it's good. I think the drinks. I think the drinks. I think the drinks. So,
When we cross the threshold, pull the power to idle. We're looking to touch the main gear first at around 55 knots.
Oh,
Now hold the nose up and let the rest of our speed bleed off. Touchdown. Hold the elevator back to keep weight off the nose wheel. This runway is in bad shape. Okay, taxi over to the hangars and I'll hop out.
Okay.
Stop here. I'm gonna trust you to get the plane back to Hilo in one piece. Think you can handle that? Oh, and remember to keep some up elevator in as you taxi and take off again so you don't damage the nose gear. Thanks for the ride.
Okay. 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 Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Okay.
Get into the Stearman, get it started, and taxi into position for takeoff.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Next. Okay. Correct. Okay, makes sense. Okay. What?
Taxi to the runway and take off when you're ready.
What? Okay. 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 Thanks. Yeah, great. Thanks. Thing. Oh, okay.
Climb to 1,000 feet before starting any maneuvers.
Thanks.
That's enough altitude to start. You're leaving the practice area, and I can't see you well enough to provide any instruction. Fly back to the airport. Okay, let's have you perform the loop maneuver first. Now, I want you to fly the maneuvers over the runway so you have a reference point on the ground. Also, part of the aerobatic performance is showing up for the crowd. Doing the maneuver over the runway makes sure they have a great view. Now, before you fly a loop, raise airspeed to 125 miles per hour, or 110 knots, by lowering the nose into a shallow dive. Okay, I see you now. back on the stick into a vertical climb.
Okay. Okay.
Just keep holding the stick back as you go over the top and recover on the downside of the loop.
Okay, thanks.
Great loop, well done. Great job.
Okay.
Not many people get it on the first try. Your next maneuver will be a barrel roll to either the left or the right. Your choice. Get yourself lined up with the runway to prepare for the roll. Like with the loop, lower the nose and gain airspeed to 125 miles per hour or 110 knots.
Okay. Alright.
When you're ready, gently pull the nose up about 20 degrees. Then move the stick all the way to the left or right and hold it there.
Oh! Okay.
Nice barrel roll. Great job. Way to perform over the runway. You got it your first time. Great. Your next maneuver will be a hammerhead or stall turn. Okay, now let me explain what it is before you try it. In this maneuver, you'll pull the aircraft into a vertical climb. Just slow down very quickly, even with the engine providing thrust. When your airspeed drops to less than 40 miles per hour or 35 knots, apply full left rudder. The tail should kick around and you'll be pointing straight down. You ready? I'll talk you through it. Okay, line up with the runway and increase your speed to 125 miles per hour or 110 knots.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
When you're ready, pull back on the stick and go straight up. Wait for your airspeed to drop below 40 miles per hour or 35 knots. Now full left rudder. Great. Now kick the tail around until your nose down. Now pull back on the stick and recover to level flight. Way to perform over the runway. I got a nice view of that.
Oh, okay.
You got it your first time. Great job so far. One last maneuver before you land and catch your breath. Climb to 3,000 feet for more altitude while I explain how to enter and exit a spin. I'm sure you've seen spins in a lot of Hollywood films. The aircraft drops vertically while spinning around its center, usually with smoke trailing after it's been shot down. At least one of your wings needs to be stalled to spin. So first, you'll need to get the aircraft into a stall. The stall happens when a wing is at too sharp an angle to the air flowing over it. This causes the smooth airflow to separate into turbulent curls, which no longer provides enough lift. Normally, this happens at slow airspeeds, but it can also happen at high airspeeds if you turn hard enough. The turbulent air causes the aircraft to buffet a little and feel unresponsive just before it stalls, so you'll normally have some warning first. Get to 3,000 feet before we continue.
Alright. Thanks. Alright. Thanks.
You got enough altitude now. Position yourself over the runway. When you're ready, go ahead and enter a stall by reducing throttle to idle. Try to maintain altitude as your speed leads off.
Okay. Okay.
Put in full left rudder and hold it there. Good job, you're in a spin. Now let it spin around a couple of times before you recover.
Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Okay.
Go ahead and try the spin again. Get to 3,000 feet before we continue.
Oh, God. I don't think that's done. It's I think it thanks. Thank you. Okay.
You've got enough altitude now. Position yourself over the runway. When you're ready, go ahead and enter a stall by reducing throttle to idle. Try to maintain altitude as your speed bleeds off. Put in full left rudder and hold it there. I said left rudder.
Okay.
Good job, you're in a spin.
Okay.
Now let it spin around a couple of times before you recover.
Okay.
Now put in full right rudder to stop the spin. Good. Recover from the dive and return to level flight. Great job performing over the runway. Great job performing the maneuvers. There are a lot more maneuvers you can fly with the steerman. Feel free to practice these maneuvers over the airport before landing, or go ahead and land.
I think I went. Okay. Thanks. Alright.
job today. If you keep up the practice, you can start performing at air shows.
Okay. So next, I'm going to thanks, thank,